So it's an absolute privilege to have the opportunity to nab Todd Muller while he was on campus here at Lincoln University today, of course, doing the rounds of the country. And especially this week when we have had Damien O'Connor's and the government's announcement of the roadmap to the Fit for a Better World vision. So Todd, of course, I naturally have to ask you, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, it's been a very long process, and I certainly know some of the people involved in it, and I think there are elements that are useful, but it's I think seriously overstated in terms of impact from the government. $44 billion more exports over the next decade, and suggesting that it's going to be driven by a whole lot of very niche industries that have yet to appear, and I think it doesn't give enough acknowledgement of the strength of the industries that are strong today, and what, with the ongoing application of technologies that are here, Lincoln Tech can do to amplify and add value to them, which was the part of the story that I thought was missing. I mean, it's all very well to be reflecting on what potentially the next shiny thing is, and what could be possible in terms of land use change in the future, and that is an absolute part of, I think, any government, successive government's focus in terms of R&D and industry partnership, but never walk back from the fact that we are known for our world-class dairy, sheep, beef, and other horticulture. And I think the question should be what we can be doing to partner with them to amplify their strength and success, as opposed to diverting too much resources for what may end up being a false dawn.
I think we were getting quite close in alliance on environment, but the entire climate has changed around jobs.
Yes.
And looking at that roadmap, they're talking about 10,000 jobs over 10 years, with 200,000 people on the unemployment benefit only climbing, and all I'm hearing from the sector is we need them now.
Exactly right. And those are sectors that are already established, right? Definitely the dairy sector. The kiwifruit industry, I know, needs thousands of jobs to support the plantings that have gone in over the last couple of years or so. So those jobs are needed right now. So this is the disconnect, I think, between sort of highly ambitious, transformational plans that see fundamental changes in land use into crops that have yet to be truly tested or grown at scale, versus what can we do now to give our strong industries that have underpinned our economy for so long the opportunity to continue to be successful and to grow. And you're right, we've got 200,000 people unemployed. Infometrics thinks that number could be close to 300,000 by Christmas. We need a huge effort to get people in work, and we've got sectors, world-leading sectors, crying out now for people to help them.
Okay, so you're here in Canterbury today doing the rounds and talking to the Chamber. Now, we're talking about added value and capturing that value here at home. What emphasis are you going to put in terms of growing our manufacturing of our primary produce more here at home and capturing that value?
Well, I think it's about creating the conditions for businesses to have the confidence to invest and grow. And two of the policies that we've put in place over the last month or so are examples of that. Admittedly, it's short term and it's focused right now, but one is a job start, $10,000 for any new additional employee, any size of business. That's what businesses are wanting, support to actually take that extra person on. We'll absolutely change the 90-day period. So this view that, it's bad from the government and bad from Wellington bureaucracy, we just totally disagree. You've got to give businesses the confidence to take a punt on somebody. R&D, we've changed our policy to signal that if you want to invest in R&D, and we'll support that. If you want to invest in capital and plant right now, $150,000 a cap, you can immediately write off the depreciation of it in 1 year. Look, what we need is the confidence in this country to be able to invest in that sector. And it is our assessment that a government that is prepared to borrow $140 billion over the next 4 years, spray money around with any accountability in terms of the delivery it's going to make or change it's going to make in the community, and essentially fund that with significantly higher taxes on those who are creating a wealth in this country. And of course, greater regulation, and particularly in the agri sector, is not a recipe for success.
When are we going to hear some firmer national policy coming out pre-election? Because we're counting down the days, and we need to start coming out with some good headlines.
Today we're framing up our plan, our economic plan to get New Zealand working again. There are 5 components to that. And then from next week, specific detailed policy announcements that fit within that plan. So New Zealand, when they go to the polls, will see a coherent strategy from the National Party around how to get this economy moving again, how to protect their jobs, and how to give them as individuals a sense of opportunity and optimism for the future.
Cool. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us in
Great
studio.
to be here.
National leader Todd Muller.
Thank you.
This is Sarah's Country.